What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome back to another episode of the Portsmouth Career Mode series. This is episode number 116 and we're going to start today's episode off by going into a game here against Tottenham. But before we get into anything, guys, there is something important to talk about, and that is really the schedule of this series. Recently, it's been a little bit lackluster. I mean, I've not really been consistent with this series, and I really can only apologise. I'm going to be trying to get this series out a little bit more often, but there's a combination of reasons why this series has been a little bit inconsistent recently. The last episode was out 5 days ago. I've just been sidetracked, really. I mean, there's a lot of other videos that I've been working on. I've started a new series, and if you did miss that, I will leave a link in the description down below. I'm doing a series with other YouTubers, and I'm also doing a lot more player reviews as of recent as well. As well as that, I don't want this series to end too soon. I'm kind of trying to prolong it a little bit more, just so it stays fresh, but also at the same time, I want everyone to enjoy it as much as possible, because this series is, well, fast approaching the end. But those are the main reasons why this series has been inconsistent. I still enjoy this career mode. I just haven't really had the time. I've been doing a lot of other videos, trying to prepare for a lot of other videos. You know, I've been doing my player reviews, and also the fact that, well, this series is coming close to an end. I've got a very special video coming out once this series does end, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will be looking forward to that. But in the meantime, we do have a game here against Tottenham. We are going to play it, and it really is going to be an important match for us to win.
Live coverage of the Barclays Premier League. It's Portsmouth against Tottenham Hotspur. So here we are midway through the season, and can you believe
the reason that I do say it is an important match is because we are currently trying to chase Chelsea. They're on 60 points, we're on 55 points, and we have a game in hand over them. We have a strong lineup ourselves. Some of the players are a little bit tired, but I'm hopeful that we can get the right result in this match. We certainly need nothing less than a win. And looking at their lineup themselves, Spurs, they have a fairly interesting lineup. They haven't really made too many signings. They've made a signing of Silerson and Martinez, but apart from that, they've got the same side that they've always had. A little bit of trivia for you, actually. I've just realised that the whole of Tottenham's back line, all of their back four, made up of players that don't even play for Tottenham anymore. We've got Kirikesh, who's moved to Napoli. We've got Norton, who's moved to Swansea. And I don't really know where Asuakoso has gone, to be fair. And of course, Kabul has gone to Sunderland. Oh, that's brilliant by Jordan Ibe. Here he goes through on goal. And we're going to take a shot across goal. And let's just pretend that didn't happen, shall we? That was one of the worst shots I've ever seen by one of our attackers. Let's use this pace down this right-hand side with Jordan Ibe, and we're just absolutely burning the defenders here. Maybe we can get it into the middle, and we do, but that is a brilliant block by Kirikesh there, and it's gone out for a corner. And now we're going to play this one short like we did against Arsenal. Will it work against another London side? We get this one into the middle, and that one is headed off the line by Holtby. But we've kept the chance alive. It's Jordan Ibe going to try and cut inside and take a shot. And Jordan Ibe, of course it's him that's on the score sheet. He gets the goal there in the 43rd minute. And if it's anyone that's going to put us in the lead, it's got to be Jordan Ibe. And that really is a bad goalkeeping. Look, it was straight at him, but still, Jordan Ibe gets the goal, makes it 1-0, and that's his 11th goal of the Premier League. Okay, then that was one of the best balls I've ever seen in my life, and they've hit the post out of completely nothing. And now it's Asuakoso getting the cross into the middle, and Martinez gets on the end of that one, and that really is a bit disappointing. We've been good in the first half, and all of a sudden they go on the counter-attack. We have so many men in the box. Martinez loses his man, and he gets the goal there. I've got a feeling they're going to be attacking us a lot more now, instead of us holding onto the ball and waiting for them to get the chance. Oh dear, we really haven't defended that one very well, and they get the cross in again, and they hit the crossbar. And we managed to clear our lines once again. Use your physical ability down this right-hand side. He's doing it very well, isn't he? And he's done well to get past all these defenders, but I know Asuakoso is good. And there we go. Passing it in again, maybe. Is he onside? I think he is. And here goes Traore cutting inside and getting onto his left foot. And it falls to Zivkovic, and he manages to score. And it's 2-1 now. We get ourselves back into the lead. And it's the main man, Rikario Zivkovic. Very unlucky again. Bertrand Traore trying to have a shot. Still yet to score his debut goal. But luckily, Zivkovic is on hand to score the rebound. And that's his 15th goal of the Premier League. And we win the matches 2-1 in the end, and it's both of our strikers getting on the score sheet. Martinez also scoring for Spurs, but it didn't matter in the end, and we managed to score in either half to make sure that we pick up the 2-1 result, and more importantly, we get the 3 points. That's what we came here to get, and we managed to get the full rewards from this match. Very even game. They could have scored, to be honest. They hit the post and they were unlucky not to be in front in the match, and then we caught them on the counter-attack. Luckily we got a goal, and that should see us in a better position in the league table now.
Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the FA Cup 5th round. It's Portsmouth against Middlesbrough. The floodlights beaming down from the night sky.
So here we have a little look at the FA Cup table, and I don't know where we are on that. So we're in the round of 16 now. Of course we're against Middlesbrough in this match. I didn't realise we were already in the round of 16, but it's certainly going to be an important match for us to win, and I'm hopeful that we can maybe win the FA Cup this year. We ourselves have a little bit of a weakened side. In fact, we've got probably one of the weakest sides ever, because we do have a match coming up against Valencia, I believe, and that will be the Champions League, the Champions League round of 16 as well, actually, and that will actually be in 3 days' time after this match. So we're going to rest a lot of first-team players, and we've also got our super sub on the bench as well, Jordan Ibe. If things go a little bit wrong, then of course we can bring him on. He's almost guaranteed to get a goal if we bring him on, basically. Nice to see some of the Portsmouth originals in there. I've got Jed Wallace on the bench, and of course we do have other players like Jack Watmer actually playing and starting in this match. Getting it inside to Dele Alli, going for a shot, and that one is blocked, and we get a corner out of that one. We've had a good spell of possession there, and that was a decent effort by Dele Alli in the end. Manjon is absolutely terrorising the defenders at the moment, and just using his sheer pace and also his sheer strength. And that really is a fantastic goal by our backup striker now. He is still our number 9. He is still our faithful striker, and he gets the goal there to prove that. What a goal this is. Look at that. Getting through the defenders. I know they're championship players, but that really is a cracking goal. Taking it all by himself, and that's his 3rd goal in the FA Cup now. I really do feel sorry for Manjon. We brought Zivkovic in. Manjon was a fantastic goal scorer, and I do kind of miss him in the first team. You know, it's very, very difficult now that we've got Zivkovic and Ibe, because they're just so good. But at the same time, we've got good players like Manjon that are just on the bench that don't deserve to be. And here goes Morris for Middlesbrough, passing it back to Friend. And Ledesma's on the ball, but Ali is doing a good defensive shift there. And again, we lose the ball in silly positions, and don't let that be an own goal. Oh my God. Are you joking me? That is so unlucky. Watman's trying to clear it away, and in the end, I don't know what happened there. That was just so unlucky. Bit of a Kyle Walker-esque goal there. You know, Watman was playing well in the match, and then all of a sudden he gets that bad luck sprung upon him. And that really is a bit of an undeserved equaliser, really. That match ended all too quickly, to be honest, and nothing really happened in the second half in the end. Don't really know what happened in the match. It just sort of died off after that weird own goal, and otherwise we would have actually just gone through. But now we're going to have to play an FA Cup replay match, and that is a little bit annoying, a bit frustrating, to be honest. Absolutely killed it on possession once again, but the game was really lackluster. There weren't really that many chances, and in the end a 1-1 draw probably is fair. Although the absence of first team players meant that we only ended up drawing against Middlesbrough, we do have a fully fit first team now, ready to go and take on Valencia, and it will of course be in the Champions League round of 16.
EA Sports live coverage of the Champions Cup last 16. Today it's Valencia against Portsmouth. We're heading off to the Mestalla now.
Valencia have a spectacular stadium. Do they have a spectacular side? It looks like they do, to be honest. And I wouldn't be surprised if they give us a bit of a challenge here. They've got Draxler, Parejo. They've got loads of really good young players. Jose Gaia. They've got really good players in there. They've got Danilo at right back as well. They've made some pretty decent signings, I will be honest. And we ourselves, we have our fully strengthened first team side, and hopefully that will be enough to see us through. Oh, Jordan Ibe, you've done fantastically well here. How are you going to fare trying to cut inside? He does really well to do that, and that one was just wide of the far post. That could have been 1-0 right there. No way, no way. Oh my God. How was that not a penalty? Jesus, that should have gone into the back of the net, and that's half time. What a bit of drama there in the first half there, just late on there. No, 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 we're a little bit open here. We've got to make sure we defend this a little bit better, and that's a good challenge there, but oh my god, just clear it away. No way, how have they not scored again? That's just absolute madness in the box right there, tripping over each other, and then it's Ulreich in the end making a brilliant save. Let's cross this one into the middle, a nice little short corner, and we end up scoring it, and it's with Marquez Prosperi, our Scout Future Star superstar, and he gets the goal there just as they start to go defensive. We bring on a substitute, and then we take this corner short, as we always do, and Prosperi, one of the shorter players on the pitch, manages to beat the defender to the header. And there we go, that crucial away goal is oh so important going into the second leg. And really, even though it's only by 1 goal, it's still an important goal to score. Better than a 0-0 draw in my opinion, because they certainly were going defensive late on. Didn't want me to score the goal, but then it's Marquez Prosperi with a header of all things. Valencia really should have won the game, to be honest, on their chances, but they just went defensive quite early on in the match, about the 60th minute. That really did cost them. I went forward a little bit more, got the goal that I needed, and that was that. Right guys, so this is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and if you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. In the next episode, we will be going into March, and we will be taking this one a little bit slower because, of course, like I did say earlier on in the video, we are coming very, very close to the end of this series. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.